Third. What's going on, guys? It's your fellow Cafetero Norte, and welcome to our first ever weekly roundup. Relatively slow for the Canadians this week, actually, as the MLS finished 2 weeks ago with Miami winning the whole thing. A lot of the Canadians not being on break right now, and it was not the most exciting week, but nonetheless, there was still a lot of good performances, and we'll take a look at it. So, without further ado, let's get into it. We'll start off by looking at the games on Monday. So on Monday there was actually only one game of note for the Canadians, and it would be this game here. It would be the Rangers versus Hibernian. Sorry, yeah, Rangers versus Hibernian, which finished 1-0. On Rangers, there is a Canadian. He is not in the lineup sadly, as he is injured. It doesn't really show it here. I'll show you later on FotMob. But the other Canadian that did play was Junior Hoylett, Canadian legend, and as you can see, he got a 6.5 rating, which is not too terrible. How many minutes? He played 14 minutes this match. His defending let him down a little bit, but he had good, decent passing. No shots. His passing, one key pass, which is always pretty nice. It's always pretty nice to see someone get a key pass. That's pretty good. And in terms of dribbling, 12 touches, nothing of note. And defensively, what made him so poor defensively? He only won one duel out of 4, which is, yeah, that's not the greatest. But what can you ask for? In 14 minutes, he didn't do bad. They unfortunately lost this match, and Rangers still sitting fourth. They're not doing great. Obviously, Cornelius being out doesn't help them out. Hibernian needed to win that match, but they didn't end up winning it. And in terms of Monday games, I think, sorry, yeah, there was also Porto. But if we look at the lineups, we can see Estacio, and we look even further. Yeah, Stefan Ezekiel doesn't ever get minutes. I don't understand why. It makes zero sense to me. But I mean, who are we to judge, right? I'm not the coach. But if we even look, we look closer to the minutes. He hasn't been getting a lot of minutes. Like the last 2 matches, he's been on the bench. The last match being in the Taca Portugal, so being in the freaking in the cup, in the Portuguese cup. The last time he got minutes was in the Conference League, which he played pretty decently. I don't understand why he doesn't get any minutes. He needs a movement. He definitely needs a move. Hopefully in January or at least in the summer. But he's a good player. He just, yeah, the coach doesn't seem to like him. On Tuesday there were no games. There were no games of note to look at. And then on Wednesday for the Canadians, there is Feyenoord. I'm not sure. I don't think Laren played this match, actually. I looked at it during the week, and let's see. Yeah, Laren did not play this match. Sorry. Don't know what that was. Kyle Laren being on the bench over here. But later on the week, if you stay tuned, he did manage to get some minutes. Celtic, Alistair Johnson's out. On FotMob it says until March. That's unfortunate. Celtic, I don't know how they're doing. They're in second. Hearts is in first. Wow. That's pretty interesting. Hearts being in first. Celtic being second, actually by 5 points. But in terms of Wednesday, that was it for the Canadians as well. On Thursday, let's see, for the Canadians, there was Lausanne against Fiorentina, which is actually a very good win. Fiorentina's been struggling all season. We know, well, if you pay attention to football, they got the first win. I think it was today. 4-0 was a pretty good win, but they've been struggling. Like even in the Conference League, they just, where are they? They're 15th. Lausanne doing well. Who's on Lausanne, you may ask? Is Theolonius Baer. Good player, man. He's been doing very well this season. Didn't end up getting a goal this game. And yeah, well, you'll see further in the week. He played another match in this week. But yeah, didn't get a goal in this game. Nonetheless, he's been having a great week. And Lausanne doing pretty well in the Conference League. So hopefully they can keep that up. Right now they're in a playoff spot. So yeah. But there's still a few matches left. I think there's 2 matches left. So hopefully they can get in there and get automatic buy into the next round. That would be pretty nice. But oh yeah, there's another one here. Reading. I think Fraser played. Reading is not really a team of note. Here Liam Fraser played, came on the 86th minute. And let's look at his stats. I don't think he did much either though. His defending was pretty decent, but let's see, his 2 touches the whole entire match, 1 recovery. Yeah, come on, man. 6.6 for that is crazy. I don't understand. Porto here, we looked at it. He didn't get minutes in this one either. This being in the Taca Portugal. I think it's the Taca Portugal, was it? Yeah, it was in the Taca Portugal. They won 4-1, but see, Stefan Ezekiel is still struggling to get minutes, man. I don't get it. But Porto make it further in that, so that's pretty good for them. I don't know who they're playing. No one knows who they're playing yet. And we keep going forward. Yeah, that was it for Thursday. We keep going forward. Friday, there was no games for the Colombians. On yesterday, yeah, so on Saturday, we look at it. There's Preston North End, but unfortunately, like we know Jebison. I don't know if anyone's been following, but Daniel Jebison, Bournemouth player, on loan right now on Preston North End. He's been having a great season. So, but unfortunately, he wasn't in this. He's seems to be injured. I'd have to look at that. Like, yeah, let me actually look at it right now. So if we can see here, it says right here, Daniel Jebison's injury. He occurred during a personal training session with a private trainer, leading to 1 month absence from Northern Present squad. Oh dang, that sucks. 1 month, and he was doing so well. He was scoring goals left, right, and center. Last week he had 2 goals in that week. It's unfortunate for Daniel Jebison, but it's okay. It's okay. He'll come back stronger. We know he'll come back stronger. He's still young, has a lot of potential. So yeah, hopefully that's not, yeah, nothing too serious. But wishing him a speedy recovery. That was the first game for the Canadians, and that day Middlesbrough. So you may ask who's on Middlesbrough from the Canadians. It's actually the newest debutant for the Canadians, Alfie Jones. Alfie Jones right here, he's been having a great season. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get this win, which is quite rare for Middlesbrough. If you look at their in the standings, they're second place, 6 behind Coventry, but still five points behind in front of Ipswich, which is quite impressive. And Alfie Jones has been getting all the minutes. He's been playing very well. Let's take a look at all of his minutes, his matches. Yeah, as you can see, relatively that's good for a defender. That's decent. 7.7 here, being an outlier. He got an assist here, still having a deep poor rating, but he's been playing very well. And then let's look at his performance this match. His passing was decent. His defending wasn't great. But I mean, granted, 2-0, so they're not gonna give him a lot. But like he was active. Look at it, two out of two tackles, won. That's always very impressive. That's nice. He 6 defensive contributions, 7 recoveries. What is it? Two out of two ground duels. He did well defensively. It's just that they lost 2-0. I think that they kind of penalized him. But 71 touches, good. His passing was decent. 98% pass accuracy for 61 passes. That's decent. Like he had a good game overall. Like unfortunately they couldn't get the win and they couldn't get closer to Coventry in the standings, but they're doing well. Hopefully we'll see Alfie Jones in the Premier League next season, and we'll see how he can contribute to Canada because Canada right now with the defenders, we're kind of light on defenders right now. Yeah, with Bombito out, Cornelius out right now. Luke Fujiro's just came back, but he was out. So we'll see how Alfie Jones fits in. We'll see how he gets along with the team as time goes on, or yeah, how many minutes he gets with the Canadian squad. But he's a good player, a good addition. I'm glad that Canada acquired him, so that's good. And Hull, we have Liam Miller. He's returned from injury and he's been playing pretty well these past few games. I'm pretty sure he got an assist. Am I wrong? He got a key pass. I swear it was an assist. But I guess it's not an assist. His shooting let him down a little bit. His dribbling was very good. His passing was good. Defending was decent. But let's take a look more to the metrics. Had 2 shots, 1 blocked. Nothing of note really. If we look at the shots, yeah, nothing really of note. His passing, he had 1 key pass as we saw earlier, which is good. Could have been an assist. I don't know if it was or not. I'm gonna take a look at Fob in a second and see if they give an assist to him. If they give an assist to him, then we'll look at the footage and we'll see if it was an assist or not. We'll see. But his passing was decent. Dribbling 44, 1 successful dribble, which is good. 50% success rate. Can't go wrong with that. Like if you look at the top dribblers, 50% is quite impressive. It's quite good. And then defensively, 7 out of 12 duels, which is very impressive. That's quite good. No tackles won, 5 defensive contributions. But yeah, I mean overall good for Liam Miller, and I'm glad he's getting back and getting consistency. He actually played how many minutes? It was 84 minutes, which is very nice. And Hull also are doing quite well. They're in 4th place, so maybe he could be in the Premier League as well. And he'll be good, man, to add to the depth of the Canadian team. We have a lot of good wingers, but he can be a player to maybe elevate other players. I like Ali Ahmed. I think he's our left midfielder, our left winger. I think our starting one, but Liam Miller can give him some money for money and also just bring good minutes off the bench. So yeah, good for him. We'll keep on. We have Dender. Speaking about Luke Fujiro's earlier, we actually get to see him in action. He didn't start, like I said. He came back. I think he came back just last game, not this one. The game prior to this one. And actually, Dender were doing so poorly. Luke Fujiro was playing fantastically. He was having a great season. He got injured. Then, weirdly enough, Dender started getting results. They didn't get this result, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. They started getting like 2 wins. They lost pretty bad here. They just lost this match. But before that, they were losing everything over here. But I mean, yeah, they lost this match, and Luke Fujiros does play in this match. He plays the whole second half and had decent money to look from here. The shooting was poor. He's not a shooter, so we'll take a look at that. Passing was good. Defending was good. Dribbling was good. So it seems like he has decent minutes. I want to see why his shooting was so low. He had a big chance missed. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. He could have won it for them. He could have won it for them, but unfortunately, it wasn't meant to happen. His passing, one key pass as a defender. That's impressive. That's very nice. One cross, 50 touches in one half. That's a lot of touches. Pretty good. Two defensive contributions. That's interesting. I'll look at the stats in a second. That's very very interesting. I wonder, but yeah, he had one aerial duel one. Yes, one aerial duel one. But overall, I mean, good for Luke Fujiro's. Hopefully, he gets more minutes and gets back to his starting spot. And but hopefully, at this time, they could win with Luke Fujiro's. Not him play well and the team just not win at all. But hopefully, signs for good things to come. He's a great player. Like honestly, he's. I'm very excited for him. Like, how old is he? I think he's 18. No, he's 20 years old. Yeah, 20 years old. He has so much potential. He's already played a lot of games for the Canadian squad and showed a lot of ability already. So I'm excited to see what happens. So hopefully this is signs of more things to come and he can just get better. I mean, sorry, yeah, get better health and contribute the way he was contributing before. But let's keep on going for Saturday. Then we get to arguably the yeah, probably the best performance of the whole week. The only goal to have happened the whole week. Promise David for Union Saint Gilloise. He's having a great season. He's scoring a lot of goals as he has been for the last few seasons. But yeah, there's no wonder why teams like West Ham want him, right? He got the start. He hasn't been starting all the games. Like the past week was kind of weird. I don't understand. Like I don't like look at this. So he had a goal the game before this, but he didn't start. Or he did. Yeah, he did start. Never mind. Never mind. I'm talking nonsense. But anyways, I feel like he should be getting more minutes than he does. Like sometimes he starts on the bench and it makes no sense. And I understand they have a lot of they need to rotate and they have a lot of games because they're in many different competitions. They're also doing very well in the Champions League. But he's the main star, man. Also Kevin Rodriguez, shout out to the Ecuatoriano. He's a good player. But Promise David he's been balling this year. Let's look at his performance. His shooting was brought him up a little bit. His dribbling was very nice. Overall, what they estimated his thing to be was quite good. His goal comes from his goal comes from right here. We'll show you in a second. But he has two other shots. Two other shots. One of them was blocked, and then this one was also under, was saved. In terms of passing, nothing really. Only 53% pass success. That's not the greatest. But he's also a striker. He's not meant to pass all that much. 27 touches as a striker. Again, you don't get the ball too much. You're trying to fight for it, trying to get the second balls. He's also more of a target man, I would say, because he's so tall. But he's very mobile. He's a very good player, man. Uh, 1 out of 3 duels, but overall not too many duels. And right now let's look at the big moment. Let's look at the goal. Okay, cross comes in. Thomas David, being so tall, 6'4", was able to win the header. It was a header. It was a good goal overall. Showing some of the abilities he can do, like win headers, just like that one. It was overall a nice goal, and that was the only Canadian goal of this week. Pretty unfortunate, but just the way the cookie crumbles. That was Promise David's performance. Now let's go to the other David, which didn't get the start, which I don't understand. He's been playing pretty solid. Also, Openda had a good game. He scored his first goal for Juventus, first goal in the Serie A. But that could have been Jonathan David. Even like in the minutes he did play, like he played he only played, yeah, he played 8 minutes, but in his minutes I thought he played great. You know what I mean? He had decent touches, only 5 touches, but I thought his touches were good. He had some decent passes. I don't know, man. I wish he had more minutes. Jonathan David though has has been getting a lot better in the recent weeks. So hopefully he can get more minutes and actually score more goals. Like, well, he needs more minutes though. First and foremost, Vlahovic is now out. He's fighting with Openda, but I do think Jonathan David is the number one. But I don't know. He still needs more minutes and he needs to score more goals. He did score last week though against Paphos in the Champions League. So we need more of that. We need more of that. But that was that, and I think that was all the Canadian games for Saturday. Then we get to today. Yeah, today, and the first Canadian game is Lausanne back to Theolonis Bear. But unlike how it was in the Conference League, this was a poor result. 4-0, 4-0, losing at home. That's pretty tough. Theolonis Bear started the whole match. He 6.3 rating, not the greatest. His shooting was poor. Let's see why. Why is that? One shot on target. I mean, his shooting the shot on target was directly at the goalkeeper or directly in the middle of the net. So I don't know if that's the reason why. He had one key pass, 41 touches, no successful dribbles. Defensively, one defensive contribution, 5 out of 11 aerial duel ones. It wasn't his best game. It also wasn't a great game for Lausanne at all by any stretch of the imagination, which is unfortunate. And they're also not doing great in the Swiss league. Like look at them, they're ninth place. This league, I should give it like props. It's actually a hard league. Basel's not doing very well. A young boys over here. Thun is first. I don't know too much about Thun, but yeah, it's a pretty difficult league. Lausanne doing well in the conference league, but they just can't do it in the league. It seems like that doesn't stop Theloni Spare from performing. He has scored I think already 10 or 11 goals this season, which is quite good. He what team is it that he plays? He plays in the Ligue 1. His parent team is the Ligue 1, so hopefully he can translate what he's been doing in the Swiss league in the Ligue 1 next season. But yeah, unfortunately he couldn't do anything this week too much. Let's go to Feyenoord, and as I told you earlier, Laren was able to get minutes in this match, and I think he actually did pretty well. Yeah, 6.8 rating is not it's not awful. More defensive, well, good defensive work. We'll see. His shooting, he had one shot. It was on target. It looks like it was directly at the goalkeeper or directly in the middle of the net. It didn't go in, so it doesn't concern me too much. His passing, only 6 passes. Yeah, only 3 accurate passes. 6 passes attempted. Not too many. 13 touches. Defensively, he had 1 tackle, 1, and then 4 ground duels. All of his ground duels won. So, I mean, it was. I wouldn't say it's an amazing performance. Only 14 minutes, but good for him. At least he's getting some minutes. Hopefully, Laren. I mean, I don't know. Cadwell was saying in the last game. I mean, when Laren played, that he didn't take his opportunity, and I think he's. We have a lot of striking options. I don't know if Laren. It's sad to say he's a legend. Now we should bring him. We should bring him just for the locker room. If we're gonna bring likes of the Osorio and stuff like that, we have to bring Laren. But I don't know if Laren's gonna get many minutes. Hopefully he can start getting minutes on Feyenoord, start getting goals, and start showing that he deserves to get some minutes on the team. But we'll see. Either way, good for him. He got some minutes. Rangers again. It doesn't really matter. Rangers lost though. But Cornelius is out. I think he's back mid-January. I'd have to recheck that, but Nice won this, but Nice has been doing not that great. Bombito's out. I think till March again. They're not doing the greatest. This is also in the Coupe de France. I think it is. No, sorry, is it Coupe de France? Yeah, Coupe de France. And then no, sorry, that's not it. Then we go to the Croatian league, where we bring Niko Sigur, which is he's been a very good player for Canada. Us having Alistair Johnson out, Nico Sigur's stepped in and done very well. Actually, yeah, I like him very much. Very young, and he's for Hadstock Split. He's been doing pretty well as well. He doesn't always play in the right back position. I know this game he's playing right back, but he most of the time I actually play center CDM for Hashtag Split. But let's see how he did this match. As you can see from the dribbling was pretty good, his passing. So these are all what boosted his rating. Defensively, he had 1 tackle out of 3. Ground duels 5 out of 8, which is quite good, and his aerial duels is quite good. So good defensively. 74 touches, nice. Yeah, they utilized him a lot. Here he had 1 key pass, nice. 94% pass accuracy, 50 passes out of 53 attempted, no shots, but good for him. He's doing well, and Hashtag Split I believe is also doing very well. Yeah, they're second place, only 1 point behind Dynamo, and they're like way ahead of the competition. So this is like only a two team race. We'll see. Hopefully Hashtag can do it. Dynamo has Colombiano, but he doesn't play. So in this league, I like Hashtag. There's also another guy I found out, but you'll see him later in this video if you are interested in the Colombian side. And then we go to Sassuolo. We got Kone, one of our better players there. I think Kone is a great player. I rate him a lot. He's extremely good, and he's been tearing it up for Sassuolo. He would have been doing well for freaking Marseille as well, but with that little argument, De Zerbi, I don't understand. But anyways, yeah. First and foremost, Sassuolo lose the match to Torino, which is in terms of the table, like Sassuolo kind of needed that win. They were doing well. They were like pushing onto the spots, like the European spots. You know what I mean? So they're doing pretty well. Sorry, I don't know what I did that. They're doing pretty well, but they lost this match. Kone, his passing was very good. His dribbling was very good. His shooting was not great. I don't understand that. Oh well, we'll see. One shot, block shot. Yeah, I don't know why they devalued his shooting so much. One key pass, which is good. Only 30 attempted passes. 87 pack accuracy is pretty good, but I'm curious to know what the stats were for possession. 45 touches, so he wasn't extremely involved, especially as a midfielder. Like I would expect him to get a lot more touches, but he wasn't extremely involved. Ground duels, 2 out of 6. There's only one explanation for him not being extremely involved. Actually, it was pretty even. It seems Torino was the better team though. They also had a penalty that takes the XG a lot. And this is not the only time we'll be looking at this. We'll be looking at this further because Duan Zapata is also in this. But in terms of Kone has been having a great season in terms of like the whole team. I think one of the most he's been one of the most consistent players on the team. He's consistently been playing pretty well. I will show you that. See, look at these ratings. Look at these ratings. Except for this one, but look at all these ratings. Even got man of the match against Milan. Scored a banger. Really nice goal. But yeah, good for Kone, man. Kone, like I said, I really rate him. He's a good player. Very, very good player. Hopefully he keeps us up and can actually go back to Marseille because Marseille's a great team. They're doing very well this season. He can go back to Marseille and actually get some minutes. Hopefully, rekindle his relationship with the Zerbi, which doesn't seem to like him. Celtic won this match, but Alistair Johnson is again injured. He's injured until March. What is this? Yeah, they're second in the table, still 6 behind Hearts. Like again, it's pretty impressive. Then we go to Villarreal Barcelona, which I watched this match and it was a very good match. Buchanan could have had a few goals, man. He was playing so good, man. Villarreal was playing very well. Like Barcelona, I know they won and they had the goal pretty early on in the 12th minute, the penalty, but Villarreal had so many good chances, clear chances. Like Barcelona was pretty open in the back. Buchanan should have had a goal. Like unfortunately, he just couldn't get that goal, but he should have had that goal. Should have had like maybe one or two. And then after the red card, it's an uphill battle from there, right? But if it wasn't for the red card, I think Villarreal could have won that game. Also another point, Ayosi Perez, as good as he is, as good as he has been in the past, Tani Alawase has to be playing. We're like, what? He's been doing well. He's been scoring goals, man. But let's get into Tejan's game. He played the whole 90 minutes. He started off in the right mid, but then after the red card, he played right back. I don't know if that heat map shows that. Yeah, the heat map shows that. See, look, so he's very defensive, and that was after the red card because red card came in the 30th. He had to take over the right back position. Uh, his rating breakdown doesn't seem the greatest, but yeah, see, this was the shot. That shot right there. No, no, wasn't that shot? Yeah, it was that shot. That shot got saved by the keeper. To be fair, it was a hard, difficult chance, but he was super close. He had also a volley. Which one is it? This one's the volley. This one was super close. It would have been a banger. And then he had another shot here. That was another. No, it was a left-footed shot that went just wide. But overall, like, see one big chance missed right here, as you can see. I thought Tayshaun was a great player. Just unfortunate they got that red card, and that changed the whole match. Villarreal also could have made the league so interesting if they won this match because they're 2 games behind still. If they won this match, they could have had possibilities of becoming first. Even though they're doing so bad in the Champions League, they are doing well in the league. And I do believe they could have done well. But defensively, look at that. Like as a right back, he's a good right back. He's a good option, man. He's versatile, good player. See, so tackles, 2 out of 4 successful, 6 out of 10 ground duels won, no aerial duels. But yeah, good for him. And to explain a little bit more of what I was saying, so if Villarreal would have won, it would have been 43 points for Barcelona. And Villarreal would have had 38 points, still being 2 games behind. Yeah, so they could have come in first. Just didn't happen. Barcelona also, they're in first, but they're not as mighty as they seem. They're not as mighty. I don't know. They don't scare me. That's all I'm saying. We get to Bayern, who is killing it. They kill it week in, week out. We have Davies who came on, and actually, I really liked his minutes. I also watched this match. I really liked his minutes. I thought he played very, very nice. His dribbling was very good. I don't know about the position. I mean, like, I don't know what he was playing. He was obviously the left back, but at times, Luis Diaz was way more behind than Davies was. Nonetheless, though, it still worked, and in possession, Davies was more behind than Luis Diaz. It just, yeah, I don't understand. Defensively, sometimes the shape makes no sense. It's more of like a man marking scheme, I would say so. But Alfonso Davies, yeah, it seems like he hasn't been away from the pitch for very long. You know what I mean? He's been like his dribbling was nice, touches were good. It's not perfect, but he's getting there. He's fast. His physicality seems to be quite good. In 17 minutes, I was impressed with the minutes. See, yeah, 2 out of 3 tackles, one that's pretty good. 5 out of 5 duels, one that's great. His dribbling, 23 touches, 2 successful dribbles. Like I said, his dribbling was good. Like that was you definitely knew that. You could definitely notice it when you saw him playing. But passing, 14 passes successful. no shots. But yeah, I was happy with his performance. He played well, and hopefully he gets more and more consistency, more minutes. He can get a start soon, hopefully. And for Canada, this is promising stuff, man. We haven't had Alfonso Davies in the team for a long time. So yeah, and then we just have one more Canadian game, one more, and that's Anderlecht versus Royal Antwerp. And as you can see here, Nathan Saliba started the match and played the match, but he wasn't involved in them getting the comeback. He got subbed off just before that, but he played 83 minutes, and it was an okay match. Like let's look at the stats. His passing 67 PS 20 out of 30 successful, 67%. No shots really, one blocked, 50 touches, one successful dribble, which is quite good. And defensive tackles, one tackle, which is nice. 3 out of 7 ground duels won. It was an okay match. Like nothing to write home about. But Nathan Saliba has been doing very well for Anderlecht, and I also really like him. Like honestly, call me crazy, but I think the ideal duel would be Nathan Saliba and Ismail Kone. I think that's our best double midfield pair. Personally, I think that would be a good midfield pair. But Nathan Saliba continues to do well, continues to get good minutes, and Anderlecht is doing pretty well in the league. They're fourth, but they're only six behind number one, which is Union Saint-Gaulois. Promise David's team. Promise David killing it as well. The Canadians killing, taking over Belgium. That's what it's looking like, huh? Belgium is a good escape route for the Canadians for sure. And but yeah, good for Nathan Saliba. And that concludes this week of the Canadians. So as you can see, there's not many games. Yeah, there weren't many games. A lot of players are injured first of all, and like the MLS being off, it's a big bulk of our players, a big bulk of our players. So, but nonetheless, I still think we had good performances. Our stars still seem to show off, so still seem to show up, and still seem to do well. It's unfortunate it was only one goal for this week, but no, nonetheless, it's still good. It's right now it's slower, right? As time progresses, as we saw last week, there was 7 Canadian goals, which is impressive, very impressive. So we'll never see, but good for everyone. Yeah, that concludes the Canadian ones. Going forward, what do we have? So we have Porto tomorrow playing for the Canadians, and let's see in terms of Preston, but as we can see, Jefferson's out. Union is playing Circle Bruges, which is second last. So could be a potentially good game for Promise Dave to score many goals. Anderlecht plays also. This is on Friday. Yeah, this is on Friday. So next week this next week is not much games at all. Again, makes sense because of Christmas, the festivities. But let's see on Saturday, Celtic Rangers are playing again. No actual Canadians playing there. Juventus against Pisa. That's a good game. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully Jonathan David can score a few goals. On Sunday we have the Canadian Sassuolo playing Bologna. That's a good game. And yeah, that concludes that. Okay, guys, so that concludes everything. Please keep a lookout for my player rankings for the Colombians. That'll be coming out on Monday. That'll either be on Instagram or my website. Take a look, keep a lookout for that. And then also look out for the goal of the week. So for the Colombians, that'll also be on Saturday. For the Canadians, for the Colombians, that'll be on Monday, and for the Canadians, that'll be on Tuesday. The goal of the week. Everyone can vote for the goal that they think was the nicest of the week. So we'll see. And then also a roundup is gonna get posted. So the Colombian will get posted on Monday, and then the Canadian will get posted on Tuesday. But yeah, without further ado, that's everything. Thank you for watching my content, and I'll see you guys in a further day. Well, for the time. Peace. Let's go.